this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon World Saga with the Salazar Coven. Princess Kyra is down in the children's quarter with Lord Channing. Isn't this adorable? Now, he recently aged up, I think after the end, or between last episode and this episode, he aged up into a child. So I went ahead, gave him a makeover, and in case you guys are confused about whose son he is, his mother is Meredith. So our scholar, Meredith Dravage, is his mother, and I think his father is Lord Frederick Salazar. So there we go, but he looks like a dashing young man, and he was called to the castle because the princess was putting together a group of her companions, and these are essentially the kids who are going to be born in like the same time or along the same time. So depending on when the kids are born, they'll be clustered in like groups of 6 to 8, and that's kind of gonna be the like age range they hang out with and the people that they come into frequent contact with from inside and outside the castle. So Channing is, part of this group along with Kyra's brother, Prince Rusty, and then Lord Ari. So she's over here spending some time with him. She already knew the other two, so they were invited, but I don't think she had much interaction with Channing, so we had to especially invite him to the castle. But okay, that aside, let us go through very quickly what happened in the mini-movie, because we kind of saw something interesting from Elaine, who a bunch of us have been nervous about ever since she got cured from that potion. So, Elaine and Luciano were at Castle Sheba playing chess, or Elaine was playing chess, and Luciano was kind of just hovering over her shoulder, and he was congratulating her on coming back safely from the Day of the Goddess. It seems to have gone successfully. And Elaine made a comment saying that she didn't realize it, but she kind of has neglected her sister for far too long. She was not expecting to be called up as her sister's second during the ritual where, the vampires had to give offerings to the Well of the Goddess. She was not expecting that. But then she thought about it and she said, if my survival proves anything, it is that the goddess favors my actions. That's why my life wasn't taken and Catherine's life wasn't taken. Obviously, the goddess is pleased with the way I've been doing things. I've been a true vampire. So that conversation carried on in one of the bedrooms by the fire. And she was saying that Catherine, in any case, Catherine can't be relied on as an ally in Castle Eden, so they will have to find another. And Luciano asked her if she had anyone in mind. And Elaine said Princess Juno Salazar is at a young and impressionable age. I think Luciano was a little bit surprised that Elaine, is choosing his daughter, but perhaps he shouldn't have been. And he said, not just this once, I presume. Now, remember, he has no interest in his kid. He was never interested in having any children. He doesn't feel any sort of kinship with them necessarily. It's just something he was called to do, and he did it. And, Juno's being raised by the brood mother, and he doesn't really need to have anything to do with it. But Elaine over here is telling him now that you have to visit her frequently so that we can create a bond. We can nurture a bond between us and her, one of loyalty and affection, so that when she enters Castle Eden, she will be our ally. So that is what Elaine's planning behind the scenes with Luciano. So there we go. And Juno is Luciano's daughter. If you guys remember, she is, I think, the Queen's third born and her second born daughter. So after that wrapped up, we had a scene between Kyra and our physician, Lady Serana, who is in her final trimester. She's going to be giving birth in this episode. They were by the Well of the Goddess, and I don't know why Serana was sitting out there kind of just thinking to herself, and Kyra happened upon her. Kyra asked, "Do you think the goddess will bless your bloodline? She accepted our offering, so she seems pleased." And she said that, "I think you deserve to have your name carried on. The name of Coven Rose carried on." And Serana said that, "It's very generous of you to say, princess, but my family is not entirely blameless," and obviously that's in relation to her sister Xiomara. But the princess, she said, "I'm not speaking out of generosity. Your bloodline is talented. Perhaps the goddess will see that." And I think for the princess, this is in part why, the kidnapping she went through as a toddler hasn't affected her negatively very much. Rather than focus on how scary the whole situation was, I think she was, in hindsight, more curious as she grew older about how capable the spellcasters are, and in particular the Coven Roses, how accomplished as witches they are. And maybe she saw that being of benefit to the vampires in the long run. So I feel like that's kind of a strong trait for a princess to have, to not fear something or be afraid of the unknown, but instead be curious. So that is kind of what happened in the mini-movie. So let us dive on in with our princess and with Channing. I'm glad that she is managing to befriend him. So this is Lord Channing Dravage. He's got his father's orangish hair, and he's got yellow eyes, of course. And I think he's a little bit more tan. I'm not sure. It might be the lighting. And look, the queen is playing dolls over here. I think he is a bit more tan in appearance than the other males we have. So let me see if I can... He might be just like a shade darker, but I don't know. So this is Channing. He looks adorable. So he is part of Kyra's companions over here, which is a group that we have established. So we've got Princess Kyra, Prince Rusty, Lord Ari, and Lord Channing. And Ari and Channing would be cousins. So there is that. Now this is a group of kids that have all been born like one after the other. So most likely Juno is going to be joining this group, and then we'll have the Shadow Brothers, the Shadow Twins of Guinevere's sons. They'll be joining, and then there'll be one more slot for, the next child born to join. And this will kind of form the friendship groups for Kyra and Juno. And then depending on the next person, so then the next child born, they'll have a separate group of companions that's closer to their age range. So that's kind of the way I figured I would work some of these friendships, so that they have a good mix of males and females that they get exposure to within the castle, but also outside the castle, so when they go to locations, they can call upon their companions. I feel like it might be just a little bit odd. I mean, sometimes they might, go out of their way to form certain friendships, but I just feel like it might be a little bit odd if, our firstborn is friends or interacting with that closely, like the 12th born. It makes more sense for, the first 8 to be in a friendship together, and then the second group of 8 who are closer in age to be in friendship with one another, or get more exposure to each other. So there we go. That's what we have going on with these guys. Catherine, you all good? You don't even know your sister's scheming in the background. Thankfully, Catherine is not in like a hit list or anything like that. But Kyra's younger sister Juno, she has definitely been chosen by Elaine to kind of be, Elaine's ally and Luciano's ally when she comes into Castle Eden. So time will tell, guys, whether Luciano and Elaine's evil influence, because they're both evil, influences Princess Juno to grow up with the evil trait, or if Lagertha and Myron's love and care is going to make her into a good sort of princess. We'll just have to see which side she grows more attached to, and I feel like the trait she ends up having is going to be a good indicator of that. So time will tell. We shall see. Time will tell. And then of course Serana is going to be having her baby at 8 p.m. today. so we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. We do have the mentorship going on. I don't think Kyra, being as young as she is, can actually get anything from her mother in terms of training, but definitely Catherine can. I do think Catherine can. So she will have to get some training from the queen. Oh, but she's not in a good emotional state. Great. I don't think the queen can train her either, because she's not going to receive training. But the queen does want to chat with Lady Guinevere. And I feel like this might be in part to the queen finding out that Myron has been appointed as the commander. And Guinevere held this entire ceremony at Castle Sheba without consulting the queen. So she's gonna want to... Oh, is she here already? Where'd you go? Oh, she's wandering around out here. Well, I think you can go chat with her. A hug, perhaps? I mean, she wants to chat with her. So with that, do we have just like a simple chat? Small talk? I don't know if we have a simple chat. Probably not. Let's try though and give her a hug. We're gonna try and do that. This is Eden's way of like testing the waters and being so... She's not confrontational, I feel, at all. So she in no way is gonna want to confront her sister. But she's definitely going to inquire about what she did in Forgotten Hollow. But I feel like Guinevere is gonna be able to wiggle her way out of it quite well, saying that, you know, everyone is pretty clear that Myron is completely loyal to Queen Eden, and by that virtue, Guinevere, as the champion, has appointed him the new commander, and he is Rusty's father. So, you know, he had an important responsibility in the creature cradle and has carried that on pretty well. So that's how Guinevere, being the smart person she is going to wiggle out of that. Okay. Well, I don't know if I had anything else on my mind that I wanted to deal with before, like, the baby comes. Do you have any homework, Kyra, that you need to do? She can't really do her homework just yet, unfortunately. So I might bring her back up here and then see if there's anything she can eat. She might... Ooh, hold on a second. Yes, let's have some tofu. Oh, not tofu. Tofu tacos? Yeah, there we go. She's gonna eat a little bit. And then I'll catch up with you guys when Serana is ready to have this baby. Guys, the cutest message just came up for Princess Kyra from Blaze. Hey honey, it's Dad. When are you going to come visit? I put all my love and effort into raising you. You can at least drop by once in a while and tell your old dad you love him, can't you? Blaze, you didn't exactly raise her. That was Lagertha. But still, I appreciate the sentiment. We're gonna invite him over right now. Like, why not? Now, this is something I cannot imagine Luciano ever sending his daughter Juno, but, you know, if he does, we know why. It's because he and Elena are scheming. But Blaze genuinely is interested in his daughter's life and, you know, being there as much as possible. So there we go. Why don't you come over right now? Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, well, Serana's gonna get some sleep. She's exhausted. We do have only a couple of hours left before she goes into labor. But, Kyra, come and invite him in. Oh, this is so cute. This is so adorable. Now, in the past, obviously, the males wouldn't have been allowed to interact with their daughters as much. But these are different times. We have different vampires. And I'm actually really excited for the way Kyra is going to grow up if she's displaying qualities like befriending the spellcasters and having her father in her life and, you know, being a bit more balanced, being in contact with her brothers, her cousins. I like this sort of thing. And also, guys, I cannot tell you enough how much I love among the things that annoy me in the updates, how much I love that they added a family section to the relationship panel. Like, now I'm just wondering how the heck we played without it, because I just love it. Like, look, you click on this, and before, you know, you'd have to keep track of who all the relatives were for your Sims, especially during breeding. But now we have all these relatives listed here, like her cousins, Sage and Griffin, her siblings, Rusty and Juno, all her uncles, Jackie, Blaze, Bryce, and Luciano, her aunt, Guinevere. I love that it's listed here. And this also, you know, it keeps track of your immediate relatives. So this way, we also, we can also kind of see who our Sims might be able to breed with and who they might not be able to. Because if there's a Salazar in the family that's like distantly related and they don't show up in this family panel, then, you know, obviously there's enough of a generational gap to breed the two. But if they do, then probably not possible. So it kind of makes a lot of things easier, but I like it. I like it a lot. And oh, Serana has gone into labor. There we go. I do have my names list ready. We are going to have to move everyone down pretty soon. And Blaze kind of just showed up over here to visit Kyra, but I guess he's sticking around for that. I guess he is. Okay, why don't you go and... Are you going down? Yes, let's start the event. Are you heading down? I'll get you to change back into your sleepwear because that's probably what is most comfortable for you. But let's head on down. Let's use the restroom and then see if we can get everyone where they need to be. I'm gonna have to turn autonomy off, otherwise they're all going to rebel, and we definitely do not want that. Okay. Let's see, can I create a group of everyone? And then we can move them down together. Oh my goodness, they can just have a baby wherever? Interesting. I don't feel like we had that option before. I feel like we have to actually click on the bassinet. It might be the same thing, but I am slightly blown away. Okay. Douglas, yes. Eden, Guinevere, Catherine Meredith, Elaine. We'll invite Kyra, Juno. Oh, I'm sorry, Azura. Kyra takes precedent. But I'm sure you'll kind of get the general idea of where everyone's moving. So let's take everyone down here. Let's all sit together. Now with Guinevere's birth, unfortunately, something was wrong with the footage, so I had to just jump back in after she had her boys, so we kind of missed her little party that she had, or the gathering. But hopefully that's not happening over here, and we can actually see the excitement and the moment which a Coven Rose joins us, or the next Coven Rose. And if it's not a girl, then that will be unfortunate for Serana, because it probably means her bloodline, or there's a chance her bloodline won't, get passed on. She might have other chances in the future, depending. But if it is a girl, she won't have to breed again. If it's a boy, then she probably will. And look at Douglas. He's absolutely freaking out. And actually, this is a good time to test. Does Douglas show up in a family panel? See, he does not. Even though he's a Coven Rose and she's a Coven Rose. So she can breed with him because they're from the same bloodline, but there's enough of a generational gap between them. He's like a cousin uncle. So, okay. Let us go ahead and not waste any time. She is going to have this baby here and now. I've got my names list ready, like I said. And let's have a look. Is her bloodline going to live on or not? And what is it, Serana? It is a boy. Oh, okay, it's a boy. That's a bit surprising because the previous one was Guinevere and she had twin boys. So I thought that Serana might have a girl, but I guess not. Okay, well, kind of just randomize the boys' names. Xander, that's fine. This is going to be Lord Xander. He does count as nobility, because Serana, even though she's a spellcaster, you know, a physician, she is a lady. So this is going to be Lord Xander Covenrose. And just the one boy. Oh, okay. Well, at least he's got his mother's dark skin, so there's that. But just a boy. Well, that's unfortunate. And he's going to have his father's eye color. What is... red eyes? Yeah, he's going to have his father's red eyes. Because I think Douglas has red eyes. But that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I mean, obviously, she is very, very happy to have this boy. And Douglas is going to be as well. But I wonder what that means for her. I know she was desperately hoping for a girl so that she would feel more secure in the court. And yes, boys aren't looked down upon anymore, but this does mean that her bloodline is not continuing. So some of that prestige is kind of diminishing, which is unfortunate. Oh, Serana. Oh, Serana. Okay, well, why don't you rock your baby? Let's go ahead and do that at least. But Lord Xander Covenrose, everyone. He has joined the family. Lord Xander Covenrose. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, if we take a look at her age, she does have quite a bit of time. So she'll probably get a chance to breed again, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Don't worry, guys. She'll definitely have a chance, unless she dies unexpectedly, to breed again, so I don't think we'll have to worry too much about that. And you know, she is of an ancient bloodline, so that's probably passed on to her child as well. But okay, I'm sure everyone is quite pleased over here with the results, and this does leave room for our next breeding among the vampires. And since Guinevere went last, Eden is going to breed next, guys. It is time for our queen to try for that third princess. So, this is interesting, but it seems as though the odds are in the queen's favor. Like, whenever she has to have a princess, like, the pregnancies before or after, they're always, like, boys. So she lucks out with the girls. She does luck out with the girls. So she might get a third princess, and actually I'll be very excited for that. Especially a princess that has, you know, different genes to Kyra and Juno. Because Kyra and Juno, they have the exact same coloring going on, even though their features look different. Obviously, because their fathers are twins. But where is Juno? Hold on a second. Where is Juno? She should be hanging around here somewhere. Juno! Where'd you go, Juno? Oh, Juno's crawling up the staircase. And I really hope Juno doesn't grow into an evil child. I mean, with the influence that her father and Elaine have on her. Elaine's not in any way related, I'm pretty sure, to Juno. I don't think Elaine's related. But you know, she is his father's mistress. So there is that. There is that. But Juno, I hope you maintain... Oh, she's going up here and Lagertha's here. I hope she has a stronger link with Lagertha than Myron, in all honesty. But look at her. Look at this cutie pie. Look at this adorable little one. What are you following Lagertha? Oh, is she following Lagertha? Oh, that's so cute. It was good to see her interacting with Lagertha more than Elaine. Oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. I'm gonna just turn autonomy back on. So that everyone can go about and do what they need to do. Oh, she's playing with the toilet. Okay, well, I'll let Lagertha discipline you. And are you feeding the child? Like, what is wrong with the baby? Have you fed the baby? Feed, and then we'll bounce? We'll make a silly face. Well, actually, why don't we cuddle? Cuddle the child. Because he is going to be sent off, not to the Glimmerbrook Embassy. He's actually going to be sent off to I think where Douglas is, which is where the army spellcasters are together. Maybe to the Shadow Fort? I don't remember. I think he's stationed at the Shadow Fort. But this little boy, he's going to be sent to be raised by his father. So we're not going to see too much of him probably. And actually, I didn't think about this. But I don't think the spellcaster children, like I don't think the spellcaster children are going to be in the same group as the... I don't know. Should they be? Do you guys think they should be? Like in Kyra's companions, should the spellcaster child like be part of the vampire companion groups, or should they not be? Because I'm thinking that they won't be. Yeah, I feel like the companion groups will be specifically for the vampiric children. And for the most part, the spellcaster children will grow up separate from the vampiric ones. But I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think? I mean, maybe that won't be the case. Maybe, I mean, it's Kyra, and Kyra likes spellcasters, right? So wouldn't it make sense for her to be inclusive? So if we just look at, like, the gap over here, and who is going to fill it, according to the children that are currently with us. So we've got Kyra, Rusty, Ari, Channing. That means this slot is going to go to Juno. This slot is going to go to Sage. The slot that's locked here is going to go to Griffin, Sage's twin. And then according to the birth order, the next slot should go to Lord Xander. So maybe we will keep it that way. It feels fair, doesn't it? Especially with... hold on. Can we clean up after him? Let's change dirty diaper. But especially with the way that Kyra is, I feel like she herself would start making these certain changes. And then if she's including Xander in her companion group, then obviously children who come after her will see her example and they'll do the same to other spellcaster children. So unlike, you know, Azura and stuff and her brother, they won't grow up excluded. They'll grow up as part of the vampiric court almost. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think that is what we will do. Okay, change the diaper. Who is it? Who are you fighting with? The butler? Fine, get out of the way. Get out of the way then. Okay, it seems as though the party is over. Are you tending to the kid? Are you? I mean, I want to send him off, but I would like him to be in good spirits when we do so. Come on, butler. What are you doing? What are you doing? Deal with the kid, or if you can't, then don't. Hold on a second. Can we tell him to just shoo so that we can do it ourselves? Does Serana care? Okay, come here. Deal with the baby. Come on. And then we can send him off to the Shadow Fort to live with his father. Come on. Oh. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that has been sorted. I'll get everyone who needs to be moved. And then actually the vampires, they need a drink, but we'll have to call back some of the other Sims. Did someone throw up? Oh no, that's the baby's nappy. Okay, well, I'll be back in a second. Now that all our ladies are moved back into Castle Eden and the newborn Lord Xander has been moved to the Shadow Fort with his father Douglas, the Coven has decided, under Queen Eden, to go on a trip out into the Queendom. So the Queen has newly established a lounge in honor of Lady Lagertha called Lagertha Saloon. And this is where the ladies want to go out and spend a bit of time just relaxing, maybe mingling with the various people under their rule. So we're going to go ahead and visit this lot. So it was originally called La Simolnd, and this was made by AsparagusK. So I will put the creator in the description below, so if you guys want, you can find this lot for yourself and play it in your own game. It looks beautiful, let me tell you. So we're going to dive on in. And hopefully the ladies have some of their wants refreshed and we can work a little bit more with that. Elaine has also been invited So we'll see how she interacts with some of the others. Now, Kyra is at Academy, so she won't be able to join us, at least not right now, I think. I'm a little bit worried about her because we had a fire before she left in the castle, which was dealt with quickly. But as a result, she didn't get much sleep and she was quite hungry, so hopefully that kind of resolves itself. But let's take a look at the lot. Look at this. Isn't this a lovely lot? I mean, I just flippin' adore the way it looks, and also I'm realizing there's some trees that are missing that I probably should put in. So you know what? We're gonna dive on in and fix this real quick. We're gonna put some trees in. But such a beautiful white lot that kind of feels like a country hotel almost, like a estate hotel. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And on the inside, it's got some lovely amenities. We've got a bunch of lounge seats. We've got a piano. This is like an entertainment area, I suppose. That guitar might have to go at some point. We have a dance floor, bathrooms, a nice kind of bar area over here, more dance floors. And then there's like a wedding arch over here, which is so cute, but you could use this venue for a wedding. Which is just so appropriate. And this beautiful spot back here with the pier. And you have a like a bonfire, and then you can come up through the outside over here, and you've got a bit more of a private lounge area, I suppose. You've got bubble blowers, foosball table, a bathroom, and then you've got like this area. So you've got this bedroom, and I imagine this would be like really appropriate if you're getting married, for the bride and groom to use this as like a change room. So there's that. Now we need to make some adjustments, just a few, that unfortunately I did not see. So maybe move objects on. Right, we need to plop down some trees. So I'm just gonna grab this tree over here, and we are going to plop it down. Here? Do you want the tree to be here? Why not? We'll pop that tree down over there, in that direction. I mean, it's kind of, I'm not sure what tree was originally used for there's like a bunch of lights and stuff over here. You know what? I think we need to grow the tree. Am I blocking a seat? Yes, I am. Okay, we'll try and not block it. But we grew the flippin' tree, okay? We grew it. We're gonna try and grow the tree back here too. Because these lights, they're like, hold on a second, I need to try and wiggle this around so I'm not blocking. Okay, I'm hoping that's gonna work out well, so we're not blocking like this area. But okay, we've got some lovely trees that have been thrown all over the place, or just in two spots. But that should be fine and well. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that works a little bit better. So we'll let our ladies come on in, and I just love this lot. It is really, really pretty. Really pretty. Like, I would want to go there in person. But okay, while our ladies hopefully get their senses in order and head on inside, let's take a look at their whims to see if anything interesting has popped up for anyone. It appears as though we are not in luck, unfortunately. Darn it. I mean, Serana had this whim to chat with Bryce and stargaze with Guinevere, but obviously it is a little bit early to stargaze. And why is everyone out here? This is like stressing me out. Hold on a second. If the queen's inside, everyone come on inside. I want to get the vampires out of the sun. Come on, everyone. Move in. Move in. Let's get inside, folks. Let's get inside. This is so cute. Like this huge tree over here with that adorable door and then this bench. That is so, so cute. Lagertha, are you coming on in? Please get inside. Elaine as well. Can you guys go inside, please? Pretty, please. Elaine is just being rebellious. Elaine, if you stay out here and you die, that is not on me. Just saying. Just saying. 'Tis not on me. Okay, I wonder if we can get Bryce to visit. Do we know him? Can we invite him? We do know him. Let's invite to hang out at Lagertha Saloon. And hopefully we can get Serana. Okay, Bryce is sleeping. He's not interested in showing up. Actually, also, now that Guinevere is with us, we can take a look at her Tier 1 and Tier 2 company, which was slightly reorganized. So Tier 1, like Tier 2 company is actually the better company. And this is made up of Myron, our commander, then we have Blaze, Luciano, Bryce, Dylan, and Beckett. So these are the males who are like the most skilled soldiers, skilled members of the army, and that's why they've been put in Tier 2 company. This is like Guinevere's elite soldiers. And then you have the Tier 1 company, which is of a slightly lower rank. So this is made up of Jackie, Ronald, Bo, and Ray. So there's less members here as well. But I wonder, because Bryce is in Tier 2 company, if we can start a gathering with him, then he'll have to come anyways. So we'll do that. And then once Bryce is here, we can get... Oh, there we go. Look at Bryce. Bryce, that does not look like sleeping to me. He's like so hyped up right now. He's so pumped. That does not look like sleeping to me. This is like a lounge, but they're just like, we need to be fit. We need to work out. The champion is going to keep her eye on us. And Myron, after he has become the commander, I'm so happy for Myron. I'm so happy for Myron. He and Bryce, what is this? Is this a face-off? What's going on over here? I don't know. I don't know. Ah. Okay, this is good. This is good. Having our soldiers out at the saloon. Okay, are you guys gonna come on inside? See, Beckett knows the go. Beckett's like, I am going to go and pay my respects to the champion. I'm not going to be dilly-dallying out here with you guys. Come on, everyone, let's go on in. Where are you? Let's get her group to come and sit here. I don't know if that's gonna encourage all these guys to move on inside, but I hope it does, because even though it's raining, I don't think it's good for them to be out here. Come on inside. Okay, you stop chatting with who you're chatting with and try and get everyone indoors. Okay, there we go. Now they're moving. Now they're moving. But Dylan seems to be engaged in a very, very deep discussion with Myron. Okay, they're gonna come inside. And plus, it's raining. Like, I don't want them to be out here. Catherine, what are you doing? What is Catherine doing? You're not running inside. You're like running outside, honey. She's confused. She's just confused. Catherine, turn around, go back in. Turn around and go back in, woman. Okay, Guinevere's over here with all of her soldiers. Ah, it makes me so happy. I hope this becomes one of our regular hangout spots with all of our vampires. Like, so cool. Okay, Serana, you wanted to chat with... Let's enthuse about vampires. You wanted to chat with Bryce. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you know what? I think maybe Serana was curious about chatting with Bryce because Bryce and Guinevere had twin sons before Serana had her son. So maybe as someone who had a boy, she wants to talk with a member outside the coven who also, you know, has a boy. Maybe she finds it easier to talk to Bryce about that than talking to one of the vampiresses. But then, you know, she wanted to chat with Bryce and she also wanted to stargaze with Guinevere, which it is too early in the day for that. But I imagine it must be for reasons along the same line. She probably wanted to know Guinevere's feelings on the matter because, I mean, I suppose she could have spoken to Lagertha or she could have spoken to Meredith because, you know, they're in the same boat. But I suppose Meredith and Lagertha have spent kind of more time away from the group, and Guinevere is kind of the hero, the amiable one, at least that's the way it seems, to Serana. So it makes sense that she would want to go to her and speak to her about this. And plus, her, I was gonna say her boys are growing up in the army, but so are the other boys. But okay guys, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. When we come back next time, we are going to be breeding our queen for the 4th time in hopes of a 3rd princess. So let me know if you guys have any males that you ship her with. And I mean, it might be some faces you see here. It might be some faces that we don't see. Actually, let me go through the males that we have kind of available to breed the queen with among the members that are currently here. Actually, yeah, let me know whether it's like these guys or whether it's the visitants. Do you guys have anyone that you would want to breed the queen with, or you think the queen would make a good match with? I have someone in mind, but I'm curious to see your own thoughts. So okay guys, I'm going to leave off and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.